All right, folks, working on a 2011. It's a Toyota. It's the Sienna. And it's got a bad center hinge on this little guy. Here's our part number we got from Toyota. And the majority of these are covered under warranty. Toyota had an extended warranty for 10 years. Well, this one's out. And I've got the door in manual mode right now. And you can hear it as it kind of grinds and pops along. Right there, it snaps as it comes around there where the hinge is seizing up. Plus on this one, the roller is gone. And we're going to attempt to change it. If I can find some Panther pee. I'm going to use the mouse milk. I'm not sure where the mouse milk comes from. I've never seen a mouse milk machine, and I've never seen anybody milk a mouse. But we're going to put a little bit on top there. The cable drive that pulls this door open and close just conveniently bolts onto the bottom. Take some lessons, Honda. It makes it a little easier to work with because we don't have to take the tension off from the cables. That way it's tightening it. I'm upside down here. This way it's loosening it. We're going to crack both of these loose. And then we're going to use a ratchet wrench. I'm going to try to keep my head out of the way when we do this. And also, I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm doing while doing that. And then we're going to take and get these little guys out all the way. Make sure you have your power sliding door turned off when you do this, because that would be catastrophic. To have somebody hit the button and this thing starts yanking around and all heck breaks loose. So these come out kind of hard because the bolt extends up through. Oh, you ding dong, now you did it. Now you did it. I didn't think I was pushing on it that hard. So what do you want me to do? Snap it off. So we snapped that one off. Not a big deal because it goes in the hinge. I didn't think we were yanking on it that hard, but apparently I was. But like I say, it's not a huge ordeal because we'll just put a new bolt in it. Must be the mouse milk didn't do its job. I probably could have looked and seen that it wasn't turning and stopped and went back in with it, but this one's coming out nice and easy. It may make it a little more difficult if there's a little piece of that stud sticking through there. There we go, so that's what the full length bolt looks like, and that's what it looks like if you chop it off. We're going to take our 12 mil, we're going to crack the hinge loose here. These you don't want to snap these off, fella. We're going to crack these loose. Now don't go taking them out because you're going to need to support the door. And remember, this is glass, so don't be an animal while you're over here. Yeah, we can get that out of there. We're going to move the cable drive just a little bit out of the way here if we can. Just enough that we can get our ratchet wrench on the bottom bolt. We'll get that one out of the way. Now the hinge, it comes bare metal, raw dog, and you're supposed to take and have it painted. I spoke with the customer. They just said slap it on there, so that's what we're doing. We're gonna put a little fluid film on it to be preventative. Try to keep it from getting all rusty crusty. I'm gonna leave that one right where it's at, and we're gonna take this one out. We're gonna leave the top one tight, and then we're gonna get a floor jack and stick it under the corner of the door, and that should allow us to get that bottom bolt out. Probably guys at Toyotas have changed hundreds and thousands of these, but I'm a Toyota center roller hinge virgin. Okay, let me go grab my floor jack here. I got a floor jack and a block of wood, and I'm just going to put a little bit of light pressure on it. Right there, like so. Yeah. If you want, Josh, just go ahead and pull that out, and then do your 1 o'clock after lunch, and I'll order that motor for you.
Okay. I think it was service.
Yeah, he had some other stuff you wanted done yet.
Okay.
So we're gonna take this bolt out. Like I say, don't do this until you support it with something. You either gotta block it up with wood or whatever you gotta do. Now these bolts are kind of self-centering. When you go to put it together, they don't have all the adjustment back here like they do on the Hondas. Then we're gonna finish taking out this bottom one here. Get the door up just a little bit more. Get this right out of the way. There it is. So there's that bolt. Now, we're gonna get fancy with it here. Make sure you don't knock it off your jack. That's your number one objective right now. I'm gonna pull the door back just a little bit here. I'm gonna pull it back just a little more. Got jacks on the stinking carpet over here. Okay, I think that's about all the room we're gonna get. The pin is seized right up in this sucker. The actual hinge pin. So it makes it kind of difficult coming around this corner. Yeah, we don't want to do anything stupid, so we're going to try to pull the cable drive down out of our way. See if we can't go up over it. We're going to let our door down just a whisker. That was a black whisker. Thick one, stocky one. Then come around the corner. Once you're around the corner, you can tip the hinge up and out. Excuse me. But you can see this roller here. This roller is spanked. It's spanked, I tell you. So isn't this one. This one still twirls here. That one twirls a little bit, but the rollers are junk. The pin's tight, super tight. And then we're gonna get this cleaned off here just a little bit. Get some of the dirt off it. And I think, because we're not painting the hinge, and I've seen these things come in unpainted before also, so I'm not super concerned. See my face? It's my not super concerned face. You can't see it, but trust me, that's the face I'm wearing. We're gonna fluid film it. So let's get the new one. And you can see the rollers on this baby. They're smooth. We'll stick that around. You kind of got to give it the reach around. Don't break the window. You're going to go up in the track. Am I in the track? You're not even close. No. You don't have to force it. It should fit in there smooth as butter. I'm not in still. Wow, this guy sucks. Oh, I can't even see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you gotta be in, baby. Bring it around. We have to let the door down a little more. Let the door down a little. Over the top. Boom. Gonna jack the door back up a little bit. We're gonna move everything around here till we get everything lined up. The door's gonna have to come back in. We're gonna get a couple bolts started in it here. We're gonna give all of these a little spritz of the fluid film. Just this way, if our jack moves, it'll at least catch it. So now, come on. Just be gentle with it, like a baby. Okay, get our bottom bolt started here, which I think will come up just a little. Get them all started by hand. But before we start tightening these down, we're going to sandwich a little bit of fluid film back in there. Okay? Does that make sense to you? Get a little hanky so we don't make a huge mess. We've got it all sprayed behind the hinge, so when we tighten it down, it sandwiches it in there. Like a little fluid film sandwich. I suppose if you're just a DIY in this baby, you can just rattle can it. But it looks like it appears to have some kind of coating on it. Just do that one a little bit. We'll just get them to where they're all starting to center here a little. There, and then last but not least, this fella down here, and then we've got to get the bolts back in the cable puller. The cable puller pulley, and then we're going to coat the whole thing with some fluid film. We'll just brush it on there, brush it all around. Okay, now that they're all centered, we're just going to go through. We'll come back with our torque wrench. We'll torque it all to factory specs, of course. But for right now, we're just going to snug them up sensibly. There we go. So there's that, and then before we put this on, you don't really have to spray fluid film on the bottom of it because this thing, the cable pull doesn't really jam down on it, you know, tight. It doesn't smush it up in there tight. So we're gonna take our bolt, our one good bolt, we're gonna spritz that with a little fluid film, and you might have to fiddle to get it exactly where it needs to be, but I think we got it right lined up first try. Yes, sir. There's that one. I'm gonna go get us a new bolt for the other hole. There's that, and I'm gonna take the tension off with the jack. Oh yeah. There it is. Now it should be small. Look at that, smooth as butter. Let me go get a new bolt. All right, we got a 6x10 by 25 millimeters long. That'll get us out of the jam for today. So we'll get the right bolt. Obviously this is the correct thread, but I think the other one's like 28 millimeters or so. Because this one you're gonna find is probably just a whisker too short. So we're gonna try to get where you can see that. We'll get that one all up in there. Okay. No, actually it must be the correct size because it's sticking through one thread like the other one was. Correct length rather. So then we're going to very gingerly snug these up. There's that one. And there's that one. Like I said, she should roll. She's smooth now. This lady's gonna be happy. Or at least her kids will be. And then we'll come through with the film. Give her a good shake. Try not to blast it all over the side of the car. This car's getting fluid film today anyway, so it's gonna get washed. We're gonna give it a spritz up underneath there. We're gonna spritz her across the top here. We're gonna leave it kind of thick because I don't want to blast all over the glass. Then we're gonna come in with our acid brush. We're just gonna paint this stuff on everything. Give the whole thing a little douche down here. And it's oozing right down the side of the car. But like I say, every time we fluid film a car, we wash them when we're done anyways, so she'll get washed. Get some more slobbered up the backside. And this will probably live out the rest of its life, and then the van will be in the junkyard, and eventually alright, that's that, folks. I think we're good. We're happy. I'll turn the door on, make sure it works. Fancy. Busted.
Busted what? Waiting for your lunch to be done?
Are you making soup out of a can?
No.
Oh,
How do you make soup out of a can?
you put it in a bowl and you put some water with
You
it.
could get no.
What are you making? Oh, is that a casserole?
Stuff.
You're doing a casserole? You're not a big casserole girl.
No.
What are you making this?
It's ham and cheese, pasta and peas.
Casserole? Is it just some homemade thing you did?
No, I found a recipe.
Oh. I know not. Come here. Come here, pumpkin. Come here. Hey, oh, you're a good girl. Hi. Oh,
And
there's
so
a nice
that
kitty.
your children have real food and not just snack covered food.
When you're gone this weekend,
Yep, there'll be leftovers so you guys don't
we got KFC, girl.
starve. You're eating KFC every day.
You get a bucket, and I got one yesterday because you weren't home, so I fed our children KFC.
You gonna do that,
I felt kind of, no, I'm not going to do it every day. It was $34.
right?
So,
I do now. Here's a good girl.
I don't want some KFC.
Here, how you do, don't you?
all right, folks, that's it on the Honda / Toyota Sienna, whatever you want to call them. The center hinge roller. Should we have painted it? I don't know. Perhaps you know down in that comment section. So go down there and let me know. While you're down there, the comments, the questions, the Insta, the Facebook. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.